Hey everybody, Omri here, and welcome to another video. So apparently those little cards, what they call the SD card that you put in the camera, that can die. And it took with it half of my practice as well as the intro. So I'm doing something different. Today was a challenging day, difficult day. I think we're all feeling that there's a lot on our plate. And one of the ways I mitigate my stress is yoga. After many years of practice, I'm at a point where when I practice, I'm in a state of flow. Being in a state of flow is a term that was coined by the Hungarian psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. And when I'm in it, I don't think, I feel. And if I do think, I think about how my body feels. It's an exercise in disconnecting from the monkey mind, which is a term describing the mind's tendency to jump all over the place without purpose, to drag you down lines of thought and thinking that aren't necessarily conducive or even of choice. When I practice, all that's gone. I don't think about my stress, I don't think about my worry, I don't think about anything else beyond what's happening right there in the moment with myself. And it's a big help. It's a big help. It helps me mitigate stress. It helps me stay on track when I'm overwhelmed, or even if I'm not overwhelmed, even if it's just day to day and I need it as part of my routine. It's a place of sanctuary. It's somewhere that I know that whether I'm by myself or with other people, it's still a very personal journey, physically and mentally. And very often when I'm done practicing, I feel a relief, a physical relief. It feels like I got all these deep jitters out, but also a mental, psychological relief. I know that I leave something behind me on the mat, and I move on with the day with a changed clarity. It doesn't have to be profound and earth-shattering. It could be, but it could just be enough to take the edge off so that I can go about my other business and make sure that I get everything I need to get done. In this way, it's very utility-oriented, which is absolutely in line with who I am and how I operate. And it's a very powerful tool in that way. It helps not only me, but the people around me, that they know that I have an outlet when I feel like I need some time out or just some time to clear my head. It's a constructive, skill-building asset that builds on itself continuously in a creative, very personal way. And I feel that it's such a gift to be able to practice on any level. It doesn't have to be fancy, it doesn't have to be advanced, it doesn't have to have all these gimmicks and weirdness that I inject into it, but it also can. It's very individual and expressive and beautiful in that way, and I have a lot of respect for it in that way. On the other hand, a big part of the practice for me is breaking the molds. Finding a playfulness and an expressiveness that wouldn't necessarily be encouraged, allowed in a traditional yoga class. There's something to the teachings that's rigid, and maybe it's part of human psychology, I don't know, but something about routines and familiarity makes people feel very comfortable with the movement. And one of the things that makes my both sequences and teachings stand out is that no classes are ever the same. And I don't think about what we're gonna practice before we practice. I step into the room and I feel my body, or I look at the group of people in front of me, and I start moving, or we start moving, and things happen, and they go places, and they become interesting and fun, and they become educational, and it feels as if it's very organic and it grows. And I personally, as a teacher, enjoy that aspect very, very much. Not knowing. I do see, with time, a consistent improvement in very strong elements that I constantly stress in my class. Students who've been practicing for a very long time with me have incredible control over postures that are traditionally very difficult. They can move within the discomfort and explore it. And I think that's a beautiful thing that I've been truly honored to witness people go through this transformation, and to know that in some very small way I helped them reach a different level of understanding about themselves. And I hope that in some way it'll also affect everything else in their lives. Thanks for joining. I'll see you tomorrow morning.